What's up, party people? Yeah, it's Monday. The baby's sleeping, and it's my time to get some work done. There she is. I hope that she takes a good nap. Can probably see some bags under my eyes. We've been struggling a little bit. Friday night, we went up to Big Bear, and she didn't sleep Friday night, so we didn't want to risk Saturday night her not sleeping. So we came back Saturday. She slept like a champ Saturday, but man, last night, whew, it ain't going good. But it's all good. I'm here, and it's time to review for this test. We got a big test this week. And typically for quizzes, we like to review live. I review live right with you right before the quiz, but there's two reasons why we're doing kind of a review video. Number one is wouldn't be enough time in a class period for us to review the entire time live and then me to have you kids take the test and finish it in a class period. Some of you could because you're fast, but others need time. Okay, number two, um, I want you to have this video as a resource. Like if you want to pull up this video on YouTube or whatever, or pull it up wherever you want to pull it up and use it during the test, I mean, that's what I would recommend. I would just pull up the video, look at the one equation, make sure I've got it right, look at an example, and then roll with it. So I'm really using this video review to kind of help you kids. So the key is what's typically going to happen is I'm going to do a problem, right? It'll be something like this. It'll be like me, and then it'll go you. And I really hope that you take the time to, number one, watch this entire thing. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video. But number two is to do all the problems. Do all the problems I ask you to do. So the key is I want you to watch me do number one, right? And then you do number two. All right, so the first couple of questions are going to ask you about midpoint. Now, if they want you to find the midpoint, it's really easy. You add the x's, and then divide by 2. And you do the same thing for the y's. Oh, gosh, that's gross. Add the y's, then divide by 2. Okay, so let's take a crack at this one. Our x's are the first numbers, right? That's our x and that's our x. So we're going to add them. We're going to say 8 plus 4, or negative 4, right? Shoot, I don't want to mess up on this review. 8 plus negative 4 divided by 2. Okay, and 8 plus negative 4, I think is just 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, now let's do the y's. That's a y, and that's a y. So we have to add our y's. Negative 3 plus negative 5 divided by 2. I think that equals negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. So that would be our answer, 2, negative 4. Boom. So I want you to press pause. I want you to do number 2 on your own and then press play and see if you got it right. Okay, number 2. We're going to add the x's and divide by 2. Negative 8 plus negative 3 divided by 2. I think you get negative 11 divided by 2 is negative 5.5. Then you do the same thing for your y's. You add them. Negative 7 plus negative 1 over 2. I think you get negative 8 over 2 is negative 4. So your answer would be negative 5.5, negative 4. Or you could leave it negative 11 over 2 if you wanted to put that right there. Or you could say negative 5.5, comma negative 4. Any of those work. Okay, so hopefully that helps you with the first couple of questions on the quiz. Let's move to part 2. You can see there's 8 here. I know it's a lot. I'm going to have to go through them all. Boom. Okay, so let's take a peek at this. Now, what's different here is that we have an endpoint. We have an endpoint we have a midpoint, and they want us to find the other endpoint. See? Find the other endpoint. That's where this one's different. Okay, so I'm going to write this one endpoint as negative 10, comma 1. The midpoint is 3, comma negative 2. And they want us to find this other guy over here. So you need to kind of use this pattern, right? We're going from this guy to this guy. We're going from our x to our x. And how do I get from negative 10 all the way up to 3? Right? If you're looking at a number line, negative 10 is way down here, 0 is here, right? And then 3 is up here. So you actually have to go to the right 13 spaces. Okay, so you have to actually go plus 13 to get from negative 10 all the way up to 3. Plus 13. Okay, so we have to do the same thing here. Plus 13 is going to give us 16. Do you see that? So it's pretty much how do I get from this x to this x, and then I use the same pattern to go from this guy to this guy. This is all review, so it shouldn't be like scary. How do I get from 1 to negative 2? Right? How do I go from 1 down to negative 2? I actually have to go left 3 spaces, so it's minus 3. Minus 3 means I have to do another minus 3, which means that it's negative 5. And that is your answer. So it's using that pattern to find the endpoint, right? Using that pattern. All right, so let's have you do number 2. Go ahead and press pause. Oh, my neck is all tweaked out. Go ahead and press pause, and then see if you can do number 2, and we'll go over it. So we got 6, 9 as the endpoint. The midpoint is 1, 4. I actually think this one's easy. And they want us to find this other guy over here. So from 6 to 1, isn't that you just subtract 5? So you do the same thing here. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. Okay, now from 9 to 4, you subtract 5 again, right? From 9 to 4, you have to subtract 5. So I'm going to subtract 5 again. 4 minus 5 is negative 1. So your answer should have been negative 4, negative 1. Okay? Hopefully you did that and you got it right. Okay, if you want to do another practice, if you're like, gosh darn it, I'm still not getting it, here. Now press pause and do number 3. And then press play. Okay, so we got 2, 4 here. The midpoint is 10, negative 8. And what is this other guy? Well, it's pretty easy. From 2 to 10, because we're going to do our x's, right? From 2 to 10, we have to add 8, right? Because 2 plus 8 gives us 10. So we do it again. We'll say 10 plus 8, same pattern, gives us 18. Now, for 4, how do I get from 4 all the way to negative 8? Oh man, how do I get from 4? I like to do this, watch. 4, I'll put a 0 here, and I'll put negative 8. So to get from 4 all the way down to negative 8, from 4 to 0 is left 4. And then I got to go left another 8. So in total, it's left 12. So minus 12. Minus 12. Here is minus 12. And I think I get negative 20. Okay, good practice, right? Solid practice. Remember, you can use these on the test if you're smart enough to pull up my video. Okay, number 3. Let's get it. Part 3. Okay, so now we're dealing with these angles, right? So remember, let's see what I can do here. Small plus small equals big. Small plus small equals big. And big minus small equals small. So it all depends on what we're trying to find. Okay, so let's see what they're having here. So they want us to find TUV, measure of angle, TUV. So from T to U to V, that's a big angle. It's a big because it contains both of these other angles. So that to find a big angle, we just add small and small. So I'm going to add 24 and 95. And it looks like I get 119 maybe. Easy. Okay, let's see what they're doing over here with TCD. Find measure of angle TCD. From T to C to D. Oh, this is a small angle. It's small. So I'm going to use this other one because I'm trying to find the small. I would say, right, if you want to rewrite it, you'd say small equals big minus small. And let me change that out so it's different. Small equals big minus small. And I can change this one to say big equals small plus small. See, at least I have it in the beginning now. Okay, so all we're going to do here is subtract. We take the big one, put it here. We take the small one, put it over here. So we have 176 minus 36, and I think we get 140 degrees. All right, let me see how much battery I got left. Hold up, I can't see. How much battery do I have? I can't see because it's behind my little window thing. Ah, whatever. I'm low. I'm getting low. Getting low, fam. 25. All right. Is what it is. Is what it is. We're gonna ride it until I run out of batteries. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so press pause and do 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and 4 on your own, please. Okay, so what do they want us to find? NML. NML. That's a big, which means I'm just going to add small plus small. So I'm going to add, right, 145 plus 32 is 177. Okay, what do they want me to find over here? They want me to find WVU. WVU. Ooh, that's big again. Big equals small plus small. So we're just going to add and add. 105 plus 55 is 160. All right. Cool, cool, cool beans. I keep looking over to see if my daughter's still asleep. That's why if you see me glance over, that's why I'm checking. And I haven't had lunch yet either, so I'm starving, and I really hope that she can stay asleep long enough for me to record this video and eat lunch. That would be phenomenal. Okay, so 1. Now this is a little different. We're dealing with some x's. They want us to find x. So it's the same principle, right? For this one, really what we're going to do, there's only one. When we're trying to find x and you see these, we're just going to ride with one of my equations. And the equation is big equals small plus small. That's all we're going to use. We're going to use this one every time. So look, we got to figure out which one's the big angle. That's the key. So here, WVU is the big angle. So let's look for WVU or UVW. That's what it's, either one, because you can call it UVW or you can call it WVU. UVW, that's this guy right here. So this guy's going in for the big, and the other two are going in for the small. So we'll say 7 plus 17x equals small plus small, 1 plus 6x plus 105. Okay, now we got to combine like terms. 1 and 105 is 106, so I'll just get rid of this guy and put a 106. I'll put my 6x here, equals 7 plus 17x. And remember, I always move the smaller variable. So 6 is smaller than 17, so I'm going to subtract 6x. That guy's gone. And I'm going to get this 7 over here. So minus 7, minus 7. I think I end up with 9x equals 99, which means x equals 11. Right? So it's real simple here. It's big equals small plus small, and plug everything in where it goes. Plug the big in for the big. The other two guys are going to be the small, and solve for x. So watch this here. I'm going to go KJI. or ijk. Either one is the big. Oh, I see ijk right here, which means this guy's the big. So big equals small plus small. We said this guy's the big, so he's going in for the big, 84x, equals the other guys are small, right? This guy has to be small and that guy. So we'll say 140 plus 14x, subtract 14x, okay? 70x equals 140, divide 70, x has to be 2. Cool beans? Okay, hopefully you watched those two. Okay, now I'm going to have you do 3 and 4 on your own. So press pause, 3 and 4 on your own, and then we're going to go over them. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Where's my big? My big is ZGH or HGZ. HGZ. That's it right there. That's my big. So I'm going to say 3x plus 6 equals the other two, add them together. 120 plus 24x, right? My small variable, I'm going to move my small variable, which means this guy. Give me a second. HGF is the big. I'm tripping, guys. See what I just said here? See? Man, I'm tripping. I said HGF. HGF is the big. This is the big. HGF. So the big equals the small plus the small. There we go. I'm sorry. See how you can get mixed up so easy? I'm going to move the small variable. And it looks like I have 21x equals 126. Divide 21, x equals 6. Okay? Over here for 4, let's find the big and not mess it up this time. UVW. UVW or WVU? UVW. This looks like UVW, right? UVW. UVW. Okay, that's big. 19x plus 12 is big, which means the other guys are small. 7x plus 14 and the 94. Okay, so I'm going to move the small variable, minus 7x, minus 7x. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. So it looks, what do I have here? 12x maybe equals, and if you look, I have 14, I have 94, and I have 12. So I think it's 96. If you add them all, divide 12, and I think x is 8. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. How's my battery power, yo? 18. I'm gonna, do I even have a plug over here? I'm running out of battery as we speak. That's okay. Give me a second. I'm going to pause this video for a second. I'm going to come back. Hold up. Boom. All right. I did a little super quick relocation and I have power now. So let's get it. I think we're done with these. Let's move on. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, these are going to be quick. Quick, quick, quick. Right? Quick, quick, quick. Okay, so how about you on your own just name angles? I'm not even going to show you these. How about you name on your own angles 1 through 8? So go ahead, press pause, and name angles 1 through 8 on your own. Oh, my daughter's moving around. I'm scared. Don't wake up. Okay, so number 1 is going to be alternate interior. No, not alternate interior. What am I doing? Same side interior. Okay, number 2 is alternate interior. Number 3 is alternate exterior, right? Because they're on the outsides of the parallel lines, and one's on the left and one's on the right. Okay, these guys are just adjacent right here. Adjacent means next to, like right next to each other, side by side. Okay, 5 looks like alternate interior. 6, adjacent again. 7, adjacent again. And then 8 is corresponding. Okay, hopefully you got those right. Remember, corresponding is a little tricky. It's almost like you just cut and paste and just slide it down or slide it up, okay? So remember, you have those as a reference on the quiz. Very important that you can see those. I think we touched on them all. The only one we didn't touch on was vertical, okay, vertical angles, but hopefully you'll see those in a little bit. Number 6. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, find the measure of the angle indicated. Remember, so if you have small and small, they're going to be the same, right? If you have big and big, they're going to be the same, right? But the special case, our special case, is if you have a big angle and a small angle. That's when they're different, right? Okay, if you have a big and a small, what you're going to do here is subtract from 180. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and see if you could do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll go over them. Press pause, now, attack, finish, and then we'll go over them here in a minute. Okay, so it looks like for number 1, we have an open angle and we have an open angle. They're both big, right, which means they're the same. So this is going to be 123. Okay, up here we have open, obtuse, right? Open, obtuse, right? So they're going to be the same. This is going to be 133. Okay, here we have open, he's obtuse. We have open, he's obtuse. They're going to be the same. So this guy's going to be 118. And here, these are vertical angles, right? They make that x. These guys are the same, 78. So we didn't have the special case here. We just had same and we had same. We didn't get that special case subtract from 180, right? All right, moving on to number 7. What did we do was our last lesson? That was our last lesson. Okay. All right, so now we're going to solve for x. So remember, if we have the same, okay, we're going to piggyback last time a little bit. If we have the same sized angle, we're going to set them equal to each other. Okay, but if we have a different angle, like if one's big and one's small, we add, right, and set equal to 180. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about here. Here we have a right angle, and here it looks like we have a right angle. Okay, they look the same. So if they look the same, we set them equal to each other. Well, a right angle is 90 degrees. So we set these equal to each other. We say the guy at the bottom, 21x plus 6, the guy at the bottom, equals, because we're setting them equal to each other, the guy at the top. Right? And then you subtract 6, 21x equals 84, x equals 4. Okay? So why don't you go ahead and see if you can do 20, 21, and 22, right? If they're the same, set them equal like I did. If they're different sizes, add them and set them equal to 180. Okay, so go ahead and press pause and see what you get. All right, coming back. It looks to me like these are the same sized angles. Boom, boom, exactly the same. So I'm going to set them equal. I'll say 75 equals 11x minus 2. Move the 2 over. 77 equals 11x. X equals 7. Right? Down here, I have an acute angle right? And I have an acute angle. They look like they're exactly the same size, so I'm going to set them equal. 60 equals 8x minus 4. Get the 4 on the other side. 64 equals 8x, divide 8, divide 8, x equals 8. All right? So what you should really do if you're super confused, just set them equal to each other. And if you get a whole number, you're probably right. If you don't get a whole number, it's a decimal or something, then you should probably add them and set them equal to 180. Okay? So bottom one, obtuse angle, open, obtuse angle, open. I'm going to set them equal to each other because they look like the same. X plus 139 equals 132. Subtract them over, and x equals -7. Boom. All right, we are coming up to our last two problems of the review, which is awesome because my throat's starting to hurt from talking. Let's get it. I'm going to show you what to do. They want you to find the measure of the angle in bold. This is our angle in bold. This is our angle in bold. So the first thing I'm going to do is find x. I'm going to say, hey, do these look like they're the same size? Obtuse and open, obtuse and open, which means they look the same to me. So I'm going to set them equal. 27 plus 5 equals, don't forget the x, 29x minus 5. I'm going to move the smaller variable, gone, which means I should add this guy over here, plus 5, plus 5. It looks like I get 20 equals 2x, divide 2, x is 10. Okay, but we're not done. We have one more step. We got to plug them in. Actually, oh, I put 15 here. It's supposed to be 5. Man, I caught that. This is supposed to be a 5, right? 27x plus 5 plus 5. So this is really supposed to be 10. Divided by 2 is 5. My B. So plug it in up here. Okay, so you're plugging in your 5 right here. So we have 29 times 5 minus 5. And I think it's 145 minus 5 is 140 degrees. So it's the same step as before what we were doing. You find x, but now you plug them into the bold. Okay, so last review of the day, or last question, is this number 2 over here. So go ahead and pause it, see if you can find this angle, the measure of the angle in bold, and then we'll go over it and be done for the day. No homework. Yeah, boy and girl. All right. So it looks to me like they're equal. Small and small. I'm going to set them equal to each other. 18x plus 1 equals 17x plus 4. I'm going to subtract the smaller variable, right? I'm going to get this guy over here, minus 1, minus 1. Looks to me like I have x equals 3. So I got to plug that guy all the way up in here into the bold angle. So I have 18 times 3 plus 1. I think it's 54 plus 1 equals 55 degrees. All right. Okay. So you have a test this week. Make sure you're ready. If you need some extra help, shoot me a message in Canvas. Maybe we can link up before or after school. And there you go. I'll catch you kids later.